Voter advocacy groups are asking the state to restore those names to the voter rolls ahead of the January runoff. So this lawsuit was filed in the Northern District of Georgia. 3 different groups, including the Black Voters Matter Fund, say the state improperly removed 198,000 people from its voter rolls last year on grounds that they changed their addresses. The only problem, the lawsuit claims those people never moved. It also claims several thousand voters have died and some have moved, but they say more than 195,000 people were wrongly taken off the list.
And we need your prayers because it's a tough fight, but there's no better fight that I'd like to have than representing Transformative Justice Coalition, Barbara Arnwine, Rainbow Push Coalition, Jesse Jackson, Black Voters Matter Fund, Latasha Brown, and Southwest Voting and Education Matter. And why? Because they represent the people of Georgia in this fight. And no one said it's ever going to be easy. But we just have to join together and apply that pressure, Bishop, that you talked about. Because we stand on the shoulders of that Thurgood Marshall, of that Constance Baker Motley, Charles Hamilton Houston, Johnny Cochran, Willie Gary, and so many others in the fight, and we don't have the right to say no. So I want you to know the National Bar Association lawyers are leading that fight tomorrow. That's right. We do have a Rainbow Coalition team. Yes, we do, because we look like America. That's right. But I want you to know at the head of that team are lawyers from the National Bar and our Young Lawyers Division, because they need to know what it is to fight on behalf of those civil rights leaders. And they're part of the fight too. And so we ask that you pray for us, that you join us in the fight, and you follow what happens.
And tell them about Fred Gray.
And finally, you see, ladies and gentlemen, in life, there's a convergence of history that's inexplicable. Well, it's explicable because God predestines. Dr. King had a lawyer, and that was Fred Gray. Rosa Parks had a lawyer, and that was Fred Gray. The Tuskegee victims of that syphilis experiment had a lawyer, and that was Fred Gray. Barbara Arnwine, Darrell Jones, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Latasha Brown, and others tomorrow have a lawyer. And that is none other than Fred Gray. And so you see, history is coming full circle here in Atlanta, ATL, where Dr. King's church is right down the street. Where he fought so much, his attorney is in the House.
That's right.
Representing something that Congressman John Lewis fought so hard for us to do, which was to protect the right to vote. And I'm going to close with a little story. On March 2nd of this year, I met with Reverend Jackson and Congressman John Lewis in Congressman's office down the street. Because I wanted to know, this is before I was sworn in as National Bar President, what should my agenda look like? My civil rights agenda, my voting rights agenda. And this is what they told me. They said, CK, we marched. We got beaten. Some of us got killed. So that you and others would have the right to vote. The National Bar Association and its lawyers must protect that right to vote. And that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.